Today's a big day, going on an adventure with the lads. Tell them what we're doing today, Sage.
Hiking up the mountain.
Tell us the plan. This man is the adventurer explorer here.
We are conquering the mountains in Thailand today.
And at the same time, we're conquering our own inner demons. That
Fuck
little
yeah.
bitch inside of us, it tells us we can't do it. That's
How are
what
you
we're
doing?
conquering.
How are you planning to do that, Sage?
Well, it starts with one foot in front of another, doesn't it? And as soon as the going gets tough, that's exactly when you knuckle down and show that little bitch inside of you who is the boss and what's fucking happening today.
Nice. And how are you gonna make it exponentially harder for yourself?
I'm gonna drink a lot of fucking coffee, so much so that I'm a shaky little mess.
That's one way of looking at it. The way I'm gonna choose to make the progressive overload is I'm gonna strap on some weight on a backpack because it's been a very long time since I went on a hike with some weight. Last time I literally believe it was sometime earlier this year in March, April time. But you saw the video, I posted it. I put on 30 kilos and went up Pen y Fan in Wales. This one's gonna probably be harder because it's gonna be sweaty as fuck. 10 kilometers, which isn't that long, but because I haven't done it in a while, plus my traps are just sore beyond belief from some shrugs I did yesterday. It's not gonna be easy, but that's exactly why we're doing it. When you can't raise the ceiling, raise the floor. So how are we fueling up for this adventure? We're not doing any heavy shit to start the day. We're going with some fast digesting carbs for that quick hit of energy, but not too fast digesting that will have us crashing like sugar or some processed garbage. No, we're going for fruit because the fiber, it slows the digestion of the sugar. Plus we're going for some cacao nibs with some raw honey. And then to keep us sustained through the march, we're gonna snack on some dates. Let's get it, let's go. So obviously I'm not gonna buy some weight plates or ankle weights just for a little hike. I decided to fill up my bag with 3 5-kilogram packs of rice and 3 bottles of water, which puts me at a total weight of 20 kilos. And throughout the day, I'm going to be drinking this, so it's going to lighten the load. All right, so we've arrived. Our lads are ready to go, although I'm the only one with 20 kilos in my backpack. So we'll be leading the way. So just an example of the type of scenery that we'll be seeing on the way up. Freaking gorgeous. I'm so blessed to be here, to be pushing myself in such a beautiful setting. And looks like it's gonna get a bit dicey at some points. So hopefully this heavy weight will lower my center of mass. Or not, we'll see. So this is what the trail is looking like. We're really deep in the bush. There are snakes here, so we need to watch our feet, stamp hard on the ground, and just assert our dominance as alpha males.
It's scopolamine. It's
in South America, it's often used.
yes. It blocks your memory 24
And
hours.
you become very compliant. You just do what they tell you to do.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yeah.
If she tells me like, yo, let's go back.
So, Zuka, introduce yourself to the boys.
My name is Zuka. I'm a Brazilian, lost in Southeast Asia right now after living in Europe for 10 years. And now I'm just here with these boys exploring Chiang Mai without planning too much my next step. So I can say that I'm easily just going with the flow.
Going with the flow. Yeah. How have you managed to create your life in this way? Because a lot of people, they want this type of freedom, right?
Yeah.
But they're trapped. They're trapped in their hometown. They're trapped in a shitty job and they don't know how to escape. What did you do?
Well, to be very honest, I was planning to do this a long time ago. Like when I was in my university, I already had this mindset that I want to be full remote. So I spent like a couple of weeks, actually months, thinking about what is the best way I could do this. And because I really like to work with IT, I realized that working as a software developer would be the best for me.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I completely changed my education towards learning software development.
Exactly.
And I did that for many years. I mean, it's funny because people see me in the internet, they see me traveling, I post my content, and many of them think like, wow, this guy's just traveling easy like this. I had people message me asking like, hey, can I learn to be a software developer in 6 months and just start traveling the world? Like, yeah, you could, but it's not that fast, you know? Like,
especially with AI nowadays stealing all the junior developer jobs, right?
Exactly. Now it's very hard for juniors, and to be fair, I'm doing this for 11 years, so it's not like I started studying software development and then like 6 months later, boom, I got my first remote job. I feel like social media is giving people this illusion that you can get things very fast, but I think this is the consequence of only seeing the results, right?
Yeah.
When you go to someone else's account, you see someone traveling, you don't really see the struggle behind that. You don't see the whole process. We only see the results. And the problem with that is it really creates this image that it's very fast. You can conquer things super fast, and that's not true.
So obviously, you didn't just have to study and learn and watch content about it. You had to actually go out there and do the work. And a lot of people, I've noticed, they get trapped in the phase of just thinking about it. They spend years just thinking about it, maybe half-arsing a few ideas here or there, but never sticking with it long enough to see a result. So what do you think is the most important character trait that people need to learn to be able to build this life of freedom for themselves?
I think you need to have the goal in mind, and you need to have patience.
Yeah.
Because if what you want to achieve is really important to you, I don't think you'll give up that easily.
Yeah.
What I see people do most is that they choose to do something, they started, first problem, first issue they have, they're like, oh no, that's too hard, or maybe this is taking too long, and then they just give up. Because
Absolutely.
I feel like good things, they always come, but they don't come fast.
And they don't come easy.
They don't come easy, because if it was easy, everybody would have it.
Exactly. And I don't know if you've heard this quote, a man who has a powerful enough why can bear almost any how. How important do you think it is to get clear on why you're doing something?
I think it's very clear because it's very important. It's very important to have your goal in mind, because if you focus on the results, I don't think it's a good thing to do, because you're going to create certain expectations, right? So I think you need to have a balance. You need to have your goal in mind, but you should focus always on the process. Try to have fun with the process, but not thinking too much about the end result.
Well, that's why you chose software, isn't it? Because it's something you intuitively like to do, right?
I had
because
fun.
I'm sure you could have chosen 1,000,001 other different businesses that would have made you money, but you would have hated it. And it wouldn't have actually created the internal freedom, right?
Probably,
because
yes. Yeah.
you could have been, traveling around, exploring, but in the back of your mind, there's always this, oh shit, I have to do this work that I hate.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't like that. I mean,
No.
I know people in this type of position. I know people that they have certain type of jobs. They make very good money, but they don't really like what they do. And for them to wake up and start the day, it's always dragging themselves to the office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you wake up and you're just like, oh, fuck.
Exactly.
Another day.
Yeah,
So-
I've been there, man. I can't say I was even making good money then. I was in
That's
golden.
even worse.
Exactly. I was in golden handcuffs that weren't even gold. They were like shiny plastic shit covered in like gold paint.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? That wasn't the life. But what are the next plans? What is your what does the next level look like for you?
The next level, I'm trying to build more income streams. I don't want to rely on just one source of revenue. So I'm trying to monetize my knowledge that I acquired in the last 10 years traveling.
Building a personal brand to provide the value and solve the problems that you've learned already and that you've solved. That's the best way to live, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the most it's crazy that we live in such a time where that's possible.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I think like internet make it very easy now to sell any type of skill you have and any type of knowledge you have.
Not easy because the competition is massive, but it doesn't mean the competition is good, right?
I know, yeah. I mean easy in the way that you can build,
it's
you
possible
can sell.
that,
Competition, of course. If it's easy for you to create a product, it's also easy for someone else. But then the second problem is how do you stand out, right?
Exactly.
How do you show people that your product is very, very good?
Well,
and what I do with my team is I always build products thinking on me, because I'm thinking about, wow, I would like to have this to solve my problem. I would like to go to the country X and find a list of recommendations, let's say. So when I'm building my digital products, I'm thinking about me first. And then if it helps someone else, perfect.
And because you have all of this software knowledge, you don't just build a cheap fucking shitty little guides. You can actually build interactive products that are a lot more valuable, right?
Yeah, it helps a lot because I can go a bit further.
Yeah.
If you're someone without the IT knowledge, I think you're very, you can rely only on the features that a platform offers, right? But if you have the knowledge to build an app, you can go further and say, okay, I have this app I can use, but it's not that useful for me. I would like to have this and that. And then you can build it, right? Takes more time for sure. It will take more time because it's not that easier to build an app. Like you can build simple apps faster now with AI, but if you want to do more complex things,
if you actually want a product that is the full package instead of just like surface level, shiny, cool looking, you need the depth. So I'm never gonna learn to code because, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. So I'll just hire him to build whatever shit I need in the future. There you go.
I will charge you the right price.
Yeah, of course, man. Premium service, premium quality.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your journey, Zuka.
You're welcome.
Where can the people find you?
They can find me on Instagram with the tag Derek Lima, or you can find me on YouTube, Nomad Afro.
Don't go on Instagram and scroll your brain cells away. Go, if you're watching me on YouTube, if you've watched me ramble for this long, go watch him on YouTube. Freaking become his customer.
I hope to see you there.
In a bit. Say hello to our little friend.
Say hello to Daddy.
Dude's just so calm and collected. This is an impeccable aura right here. So we've arrived to this sanctuary, this beautiful temple that I'm about to show you, but we also made a new friend on the way. I don't know if you can see that, but it's quite gigantic. And apparently, according to our Brazilian tour guide, it's completely harmless. So why don't we shake its hand? Look at this beautiful view, brother. There truly is nowhere like this. Man, these Buddhists, they get it. They understand sophistication in simplicity. I'm so grateful to be alive. Thank you to God Almighty who makes this possible, who creates people, who creates beautiful structures, who creates nature. Man, praise be to the Lord, who creates me into the kind of person who can come out here and fully enjoy himself and work on his goals. This spectacular view over the city. Obviously, a video never does it justice, but let's talk a little bit about this hike. It wasn't that hard, I'll be honest with you. I'd love to come on here and tell you about grit, discipline, or pushing through pain, but this is not that heavy of a weight. A measly 20 kilos for not that far, not a very steep incline. Definitely been to much further thresholds of pain. Plus, it makes it so much easier when you have an amazing company of lads around you, all just flowing with the same energy. So yeah, this has been more of a pleasure stroll than a gritty mountain adventure like I've done before. You need balance. Not in the sense of the way normal people think, but you need balance in terms of aggression and peace. I came up with a saying quite a few years ago when I was still a delusional stoner who thought he was making progress on his self-improvement journey. But the saying rings very true. I had the philosophy that you should, what was it? Negotiate like a Jedi, but fight like a Sith. You have to learn how to channel inner peace, calm, tranquility, but also violence and aggression when the situation calls for it. Because one without the other will either leave you a complete doormat being walked all over by the world, or it will just turn you into this raging creature of resentment and anger who everyone hates, who doesn't manage to get anywhere, because we need allies, we need people around us to help us on our journey. So we've our little group has been split apart,
Splintered into 1,000 pieces.
Yes, one gentleman lost his keys, left them in his bike, had to go off on a panic adventure. The other gentleman just felt abandoned. He felt very upset, so he just ditched us because we were being very abrasive Western British yobbos, you know.
And the Brazilian stallion could not handle it.
The Brazilian stallion could not handle it.
No.
So we're just making our own way back, figuring it out on the way.
That's it.
And I'm gonna see you when I see you. The adventure is complete, and honestly, it was easy, man. Next time, definitely gonna have to progressively overload with heavier weight and a harder route. But all in all, it was an unbelievable good time with the lads, just vibing on the same frequency, no normie conversations, just flow state. Approached some girls, had a good interaction. The prettiest ones had boyfriends. Of course they did. They
always.
bro, it's a competitive one. You best get your game up, because you know, if you want to steal these girls from their boyfriends, you really have to stand out.
Get your fucking game up. And that talks about physique. Look at this man here, look at this physique here. It's not just that though, it's confidence, it's charm, it's charisma. All of it, ladies and gents. Well, it's gents we're talking to here, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
All of it, gents. Aura,
yeah,
as he
absolutely.
says. Get your fucking game up.
If there are
ways.
any female viewers, I would be surprised. But if you're out there, hit me up,
You know
ladies.
who the message is, your man.
All right, bro. I'll see you when I see you.